And when it comes to the Great Recession of 2008, we knew the specific underpinnings were complex, and but also that we could avoid repeating it again. Banks and other financial companies that originated mortgages knew that they could turn around and sell these loans in a heartbeat. So they often threw lending standards out the window, making billions of dollars on loans that were completely unprepared to people who were completely unprepared to make the payments. I remember a fellow who was a classmate of my son's, became a very successful real estate man, and I remember him telling me, you know, I had a housekeeper came up to me and said, guess what? They're going to give me a $300,000 loan to buy a $300,000 home. He said, how can you pay it? She said, well, they told me I'd be able to. I'm not making that up. Ratings agencies were paid by banks and institutions to a great risk. Time and again, they gave inflated ratings to these to get business. The repeal of Glass-Steagall allowed banks with deposits to take on risky investments, putting the whole system at risk. This was a debate inside the White House whether I should say this, but I've never not said what I believe. That was the worst vote I ever cast in my entire time in the United States Senate. Repeal of Glass-Steagall. There was a SEC regulation in 2004 that allowed the biggest investment banks to operate with too much leverage, too much reliance on short-term debt, and very little supervision. Across the board, there was insufficient regulatory infrastructure. A shadow banking system was allowed to operate with limited oversight. The lack of systematic regulator overseeing the whole system. New and exotic financial products, widely misunderstood, were not subject to adequate regulation. The structure of executive pay created incentives for CEOs to take excessive risks. Collectively, this wasn't about allowing banks to take on more risk. It was about shifting the risk from the banks to the government and the taxpayer.